Hello and welcome to my old map pack review where I, TMac, review all the maps in this map pack and you can play them all on Mythical Gaming. That's Mythical Gaming. The link in the description. So this map pack contains 6 short to medium length strafe maps, and it was created by Altic and was ported by Gamma Case, except for Bhop_alt_univage, which was ported by somebody else that wasn't listed anywhere, so rest in peace Mystery Porter. I'm sure someone in the comments will be able to fill us in, so look forward to that maybe. And getting into the map number 1, Bhop_alt_justice is a dark gray concrete map that has a particular cleanness to it and makes it very visually appealing despite how minimalistic the map's colors are. One of the best aesthetic qualities of the map is the lighting that emanates from the top of the rectangular poles that scatter noticeable shadows throughout the first half of the map, and it really adds this mystifying, secluded feel to it. It's as if you were stuck in an obscure, nightmarish labyrinth, adding further to this feeling when the map opens up into this wall-less atrium. Visuals aside, the map is quite well designed, having tons of different potential routes to take, a really interesting and unique layout that frequently changes elevation, and some very fun obstacles that are spread out quite well. So well, in fact, that it seems like there's always a different type of obstacle in front of you every step of the way as you progress throughout the map. On top of this, the map has a very high skill ceiling, as there is a skip that I wasn't even able to hit. Granted, I didn't have as much time as I would have liked to play the map, but still, I was able to get around 18.2 seconds, but you can watch Nox hit the skip for 14.4 seconds on his channel, link in the description, and if Concept uploads his run, which was slightly faster, then you can watch that as well. All in all, I think that this is a fun little strafe map, and I'm going to give it a 9 out of 11, and then jettison that, so that way we can make it to map number 2. Bhop_alt_Paskin is also a darker gray map, but this one has more of a parallel universe deserted bunker type theme. Unlike the previous map, this one's textures and colors feel much more monotonous and boring. The lighting doesn't really do much to help it, and this is likely due to the fact that the layout is much less abstract and doesn't really have anything that stands out as more than average. In fact, the map really lacks uniquity, and if it weren't for the open bridge, this map would be almost entirely forgettable. Also, for some reason, an invisible wall was put to prevent skipping over the bridge, but there is no invisible wall to prevent the skip at the end, so not only is this inconsistent, but I also fucking hate invisible walls. Luckily, the map is fairly clean and easy to strafe through, and though the layout might not really stand out, it still works decently well for a strafe map. There's also a neat little skip that you can hit towards the end, as I mentioned before, and my route took just over 15 seconds. So all that in mind, this is my least favorite map of the pack, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a 6 out of 11. And then move along to map number 3. Bhop_alt_Sima is a map that has a very alien or futuristic utopia type feel to it. If you've played StarCraft before, then think Protoss, because those blocks might remind you a little bit of the building designs, especially in terms of the design patterns on the larger blocks and the color scheme of the blue-rimmed light tan colored blocks that you bhop on. So this map is without a doubt the most visually appealing of the bunch to me, and that said, the gameplay of this map wasn't quite as good as the visuals led on, but it was definitely better than Paskin was, and to be fair, the well-lit, exquisite graphics of the map do have some very large shoes to fill. The layout is what you would expect and want from a decent strafe map. There's plenty of room to strafe, some good optimizations and small jump cuts, and a fun ending. But that said, the block types are mostly comprised of standard squares with a couple of pillars with beams that provide some decent options for alternative routes to be taken. This map took me a touch over 22 seconds and is getting a smooth 8 out of 11. So map 4 was Bhop_alt_univage. And once again, this is a fairly strafey map, and everything is green and gold brick textures, aside from the cloudy moonlit skybox and the purple glass in the pillars. So, looks-wise, this map is good, though it has less to do with the color scheme and textures and more to do with the level design, even as early as spawning in. The first thing that you'll see is a drop down onto a ramp onto an X-split incline pathway. So needless to say, I really enjoyed the flow of the map and finding new ways to beat my time using different routes or testing different ways to hit surf ramps. The obstacles on the map were all unique and at times were challenging when it comes to getting past them properly. The skill ceiling on this map might not quite be as high as on Justice, but nonetheless, it is still very much present. The map took me about 22.5 seconds to beat, but I'll guide you over to the creator's channel where you can watch him do a better route and cut almost a full second off my run. Everything considered, I think that this is certainly one of the most fun maps in the pack, and it gets a strong 9 out of 11. Which leads us into Bhop_alt_Terrasi, and it is an overgrown greenhouse type theme with some giant tilted frames, I guess. That's probably the easiest way to describe them. So the theme is interesting and is executed okay, though the white light emitting from the frames do make the map a little too bright at times. Also, I'm not really a huge fan of the trees that you go right through, nor did I like how the trees are sometimes set up in ways that block your vision. But that's just a bit of a nitpick. Moving into the gameplay, the map is alright, there's plenty of room to strafe around, several little optimizations, and the elevation, while not as dramatic and exciting as in the previous map, is still enjoyable. Noting that, this map had a certain irritating air about it, though I feel like that was almost entirely due to the way that the periodic brightness would constantly fade in and out of the darkness every time I'd pass by one of the frames. This map took me about 20.5-ish seconds, but there's a skip that I wasn't able to hit by b-hopping off the frames. So I'm going to go ahead and give a link to the video by FNW that did hit the skip. That said, several comments and the like to dislike ratio would indicate that FNW is at the very least a suspected cheater. I have no idea whether or not the person is or isn't cheating. Either way, it shows the potential that can be hit on this map, which was decent, and it is going to get a strong 7 out of 11. Taking us once again to the final map of the week, Bhop_alt_Vaherta, Vatera. That's the one. So, this map has a walled-in park at nighttime style. The map is dimly lit, just the right amount, giving the map a nice evening setting. The map is lit up by orange rectangular pillars and has tons of trees in the dark that don't affect the gameplay but add a layer of depth to the scenic qualities of the map. The starry skybox is nice too, and as for the gameplay, this map is mostly made up of broken pathways, and like all strafe maps, it gives you plenty of room to strafe, and is very fun once you know where you're going. Unfortunately, this map is a little on the confusing side, and the similarity of pathways, darkness of the map, and the abundance of optional blocks that provide different possibilities in terms of route building and tend to make things take a little bit longer to figure out before you can begin route building. That said, once you get into the map, it's very fun and gives you a lot of time and space to build up speed, and this map is a fair amount longer than the rest of the maps in the pack, which is a good thing. It took me just under 40 seconds to beat, but you can watch Shiro hit a sub 36 second run on CSS on the Nimble Speedruns channel, link in the description. Overall, I think that if this map had some more unique or more memorable obstacles or landmarks, it probably would have gotten a 9, but it didn't, so it gets an 8 out of 11, and to summarize everything, I think that this map was pretty solid and fun, definitely worth a play if you're into shorter strafe maps, so good job to Altic for creating these maps, and good job to GammaCase for porting 5 of these maps, and also thank you to the Mystery Porter for porting Univage. And that is all the time that I have for this map pack review, so make sure to leave a like if you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with people who b-hop. Follow me on Twitter at TMacDaGoon for updates and more. Click that notification bell next to the subscriber button to get a notification for when my videos come out, and check out my gaming channel where I talk about shit and play video games that aren't CSGO. And finally, I'd like to ask you to donate to my PayPal, because every dollar that is donated to me, I will be spending all of it on nice things for myself, like Burger King's Flame Grilled King deals, where every Wednesday is Whopper Wednesday. That's Burger King. Eat like a king, you filthy fucking peasant. Burger King. It's in the meme.